Shit, I weren't looking. Shoo, shoo, shoo.
Just adjusting my kilt here.
Oh my god.
So yes, that was a Sentinel.
You've adjusted it higher.
I think people didn't catch this.
Looks like it's in shorts
season
though.
3 trailer. Something a little surprising there, maybe with the ballista. But let's check out our Sentinel map here.
So let's take a higher look to the map.
Spinal Wall, thank you
This
for
map
the
has
bits.
a story,
Appreciate
in
it, man.
fact, because 4 years ago, we created a map that we call it the May Tournament because regularly we do tournaments with the team, and it's a big celebration, and we have one next week.
Yes.
Just to celebrate the DLC2 content.
Right, the start of the new season.
Exactly, and so that map was super cool. And when we were thinking about what kind of map we could bring on the DLC, we thought about bringing just that one.
Is anyone else just following the
very cool.
arrows
In fact,
and where
we
they're
just
about to
kept
hit?
half of the map.
I'm just
because
watching
there
the
was one
arrows.
part really working is the one you actually see is the rampart area. So this is really a fortress high on the hill.
I can't help it, man. I just keep following where the arrows are going. That's nice looking.
That has a nice view on the valley. So this is a place that is strategic for the factions. They want to conquer this mainly for the tower, because that's a place you want to have. And
that's interesting.
So what was cool with the map we created 4 years ago was all the rampart section. This is the attacker spawn point. So it's all ruined, you know. It's just only the tower that is still functional. So the attackers would start here, and then you have access to this little path that leads to the rampart. It's pretty cool here because you could see sometimes if the enemies are coming, how many would just take this path. Here we have a split. I have a nice view on the valley over here. You have the split, which is interesting tactically. Because you can surprise your the guys who conquered this capture point, and in those towers we have the ballistas. It's something new gameplay ingredients that we're trying in the DLC. So would like to hear what the players think about it. You know, that's going to be very interesting for us.
I'll be keeping a close eye on that for sure.
Yeah. This so this is
I believe there's actually two ballistas.
Exactly, there's two, and what happens often is that when you get hooked on the ballista, is that you're so focused on the target is that you forget just to release it and to check who's coming on your back.
Someone behind you.
Yeah, so it's a pleasure when you can just stab someone who is too focused on the ballista.
That happened to me.
It happens to a lot of people actually.
They try to do things.
It's a cool feature. There's another ballista over there.
To me, it's never really been my thing because it's a bit
pretty quick.
I don't know. Blunt Belly, thank you for the 5 months. You get to keep that much, and Lakish, thank you for contributing. This looks like Citadel Gate on steroids.
So that's the lane.
Looks interesting.
We have the little rune section. So this is interesting. We wanted to put some cover just to avoid being hit by the ballista. Especially if you want to sneak in this big tower, you have 3 entry points on the tower. One over there, one in the middle.
The middle one seems like really like you're just going to die though.
Let's get
ballista's looking right at
big drawbridge.
This map is very symmetrical.
Yes, it is.
Which to me is very, for some reason, I'm very pleased by symmetry in design.
Humans are.
So I'm happy with it. I'm happy with it.
It's working pretty well on
we like symmetry. A lot of stuff we have is symmetrical.
Indoor. So the tower, when we started working on this one, it was smaller than this, and then we just realized that it was a great opportunity to expand the surface, also for the navigation.
Yeah, get some
for
sleep,
the flight,
Semra.
which is really good. So this is the capture point. We have also the terrace that we're gonna see. This is the other ballista. We have only one on this side.
Yep.
But that is enough just to kill anybody. If you want to protect one of your buddies in the other capture point, this is a good spot for that. So if you communicate well,
Why is the Path of
cool.
Exile getting hype?
Here you
I
have
don't
a
understand.
little
That game's been out
overview
for like
of
2-3
anybody
years.
coming. You
hasn't
can
it?
do some death from above.
In this area
What's
here
hype
is
about it?
where, back inside and this spot here is where, in the dual mode where you'll be fighting.
I mean, I'm not saying, well,
Yes, and we.
yeah, I'm
we
not
did
really saying that it
something
isn't
we
high. I'm just trying to,
didn't do in the
I'm
other
trying to
maps.
understand
So
like
we
why
created a
is
special
loads of people
area
playing it
for,
now? Something happened.
for the
Or a
duels.
massive patch,
So
doubled the
it's
content.
all
Oh,
there.
okay, I see.
So you don't have access to that spot in dominant mode.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
I didn't know this one. So this
Yeah,
one
yeah,
is
I have
just
an-
an
I have an
addition,
accent.
but it felt really nice just to fight on at this level. You know, you have a nice view on both sides of the valley, and this is a great place to.
No, it's
have
much like a
duels.
new
You
game,
have
okay.
this trap.
Interesting, this one.
It's nice.
Very
So
cool.
We're also trying to add more of these in the coming maps.
That's great. Yeah, it gives more, makes it feel even more special to have these spots that you can only do in duel.
Yeah.
Great.
So that's it for.
I wish they showed the dual maps.
For the Sentinel. We're also refreshing a little bit the textures of the walls, so we're adding new type of arches, new types of stonework also.
Oh, wow.
It's also a way to, exploring different type of architectures also, trying to see, okay, what can we come up with? And we have some cool ideas that players will see very soon.
Oh, he
I
did,
hope.
bastard!
Cool.
Oh, fucking
That's
sidetrack
finished.
talking about fucking Path of Exile.
That's the other side. So you don't have access to the lower level. It's just part of the fortress
Right.
itself.
That's great. So that is the Sentinel.
Sentinel.
And that's available starting next Tuesday, the 15th. So we didn't mention the business stuff. For the heroes, you get those on the 15th if you have the season pass. If you don't have the season pass, you get them 1 week later on the 22nd. But the new maps, the new gear, all that, the rest of it is available on the 15th for everybody. No, you don't have to buy the maps either. Everyone gets them. Cool. Okay, so maybe
Cool.
now we'll check out the Viking Village, which is our other map. So again, we have a little trailer we can show, and then we'll dive in the build.
It's like a single player, that inside, if you remember. Roll them. No, they haven't shown the hero moveset.
Yes, the Viking Village. I like that we're starting to get to see more of the world that the Vikings live in.
Right.
Because to me, they're sort of the most interesting. Obviously, knights and I love the castles, but it's obvious that
sorry,
they
go,
have the
sorry.
castles because they're knights, and the samurai is their architecture so iconic. I think it's really interesting for me personally to see the world of the Vikings. 'Cause
Right.
maybe we're taking the most creative license with the Vikings. Would you say that? Because it's a little less documented what like the forts and stuff. They didn't have the big castles.
Absolutely. It's, we had to imagine how these guys would be living, so it's really a recreation. It's
Yeah.
like when we think about the Dominion and the sanctuaries, those are massive fortresses,
Right.
and Vikings didn't leave any type of fortress, So we needed to think about, okay,
Max, you can cut us over to the build. Sorry.
Okay, so we needed to think about, okay, where are they living? What would be the style of their fortresses? So we had to come up and conceptualize everything. So we're going a bit more overkill, you know, with some of the details, but it's just part of the amplification, you know, that we're bringing in the characters in the world. So this is the Viking village. So how? When we were thinking about this map, we were like, okay, what can we bring? We wanted to bring something new. And we thought that when we think about Vikings, we think about Drakars, their boats, we think about water. So why not bring a harbor, you know? And this is like a navy base, you know. It's all fortified. They bring their ships in. So when they have to go to raid something, they get out, they loot, they come in and they bring all the stuff, and this is the place where it's like a pirate cove, I would say, but in a Viking style.
Oh, awesome.
So this is the docks part. So we have water in there. This is cool with the sounds. You hear that when you step in on the wooden platform, it's really different.
The map reminds you of story modes. Yeah, one part of it does.
Something that we really succeed with this map is that we have a lot of navigation possibilities, a lot of path, but you never really get lost, you know, and that's really important. But it helps to split the teams, because skirmishes, we don't want to have the ganking feeling where you have groups of people.
Right.
So we're trying hard on the design of the level, just to find ways to
split people up and confuse them.
The groups, and give the willing to the players just to I go
like
this path, you go to the other ones.
Passageways.
Exactly.
Very cool.
This one I really like it because you have a nice view on the icebergs over there.
Oh, nice. I saw there are 2 giant doors that sort of go out to the ocean too.
Is this on console
Yeah, so
where
this
it's
is
showing
where
this? Can you see how there's a bit of like
with,
screen tear, as if it's like 30 FPS? Can you see
we
that?
wanted to do also an indoor, something where we could fight, because we didn't really do it
Anyone else see that?
yet on the.
It's got like a bit of screen tear, as if it didn't 60 FPS.
Viking hall.
Amazing.
Is it an owl design on the entrance?
Maybe it's motion blur what they've got. I don't
The
know.
face is carved on the wood beams. So the same as the tower in the center.
I like this for a duel.
Smaller, and then we thought that, oh no, this is a good place to expand, and you know, just to have some fights
stairs.
here. And for the brawl, for example, we have 2 floors in this building, and it's really a great place to in that game mode, having those duels.
Yeah, I can see that.
Oh yeah.
So much details.
Yeah, it feels
Bit
very
small,
lived
that
in.
one though, up here. I'd say
And
the lower
also,
one's better.
gameplay ingredient. In this pot here, you saw it on the trailer, you can have access to this mechanism.
And
You
it pushes
pull
the thing
and you
down,
have a giant
barrel,
barrel that
yeah.
is deadly, because we've put spikes in there. At first it was like a joke, but we prototyped the thing, and it was really funny, you know, when you're in this alley, because the giant barrel is gonna roll down all the way to the docks, and if you don't pay attention, if you're on a fight, you can just get killed by that thing.
Indiana Jones style.
Exactly. And we kept it because it was a cool ingredient, so players will tell us if that kind of thing, they really like it, if they want to see more.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see, because we get a ton of feedback. All the time.
Mod Mob, appreciate it, man. But I've
I've
already played the new heroes.
So now we're doing a couple small new things.
So I know what they can do and
how it
capable
goes
of.
over. I'm very interested.
How fast?
But for anyone else, guys, exclamation mark Discord.
How fast is the barrel?
Someone's posted.
you
Mod
actually
Mob,
run
sorry,
away?
has posted.
I think
actually, yes, because
Moveset
some
for Highlander.
Yeah,
if you want to
Max,
check it, exclamation mark
we don't have
Discord.
it today, but when he did the map video, he did a cut where he was the shinobi running from the barrel like Indiana Jones. So I know at least the shinobi can outrun the barrel.
Okay.
with the Shogoki, you won't be
Probably
able to. So let's take a last view to all the map. So
Is there anything in this map similar to the last one where it's only a section that you only play in duel?
The birds.
No, not this one. We really use the Viking Hall for the duels. Great place. But we're exploring that on other maps.
Yep.
Got some really cool
another
looking
thing I'm
maps,
noticing
man.
as we're doing more and more seasons is, again, responding to the feedback of the community is on the dual side of things, we're definitely focusing less on lots of environmental kill.
Did I help
spots
design the
because,
movesets?
you know
No.
how people feel about it. There's still some, but it's not. You're not on little tiny.
I understand why they've created.
No, and
Well, the Highlander's quite different. I'd say that the Gladiator's quite similar to some
Yeah, we
characters.
had Edgard, our level designer, on last week to show some of the work he's done with the existing.
The Gladiator's gonna be very, very frustrating.
Do exactly
Is a
that.
solid. They're both solid. I think the Gladiator's gonna be one of the easier characters to use.
Great.
Though. The Highlander's more about
Well.
my games.
That is a lot for people to take in. I hope they're enjoying it out in the chat. That's what we've got for reveals for this week, folks. As I mentioned, on Saturday, the big stream we're doing from LA, right here on this same channel, from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., very long stream. You will get to see the characters in action.
There you
with
go.
Roman,
So
he'll be explaining their
it'll
fight
be when I play
style,
them
their
and the
moves,
others.
showing you the different moves that
Oh, no,
they contain.
never mind,
So
it's
I
the
know a lot
devs.
of you want to know that, so that's on Saturday. The folks will be playing with those
That
characters
Obscur, I know, man.
across the stream.
Why
They'll
did
be
they tell
playing
them
in
to
the new
do
maps
this?
on the stream, so be sure to tune in there.
So he's kind of trying to hide it
Appreciate
a
it,
bit.
Andrew.
every
Thank
now
you
and
so
again.
much for doing this.
Thank you. A pleasure.
From what I can tell, people appreciate it, so we'll probably do it again.
You know
next
that's
season.
going to be posted everywhere.
Maybe we'll even have it back mid-season to talk about previous stuff you've done. But I was hoping you'd stick around for us to do our community corner section, where we show kind of funny or interesting clips from the community.
Oh yeah, that was
Yeah?
very-
Great. So let's get into it. From TIFF92.